quiz of everything. That's right. This is the quiz of everything, not just the year, bloody everything. Think of it like a pub quiz that started comfort eating. Let's meet the teams. The king of the chat show and the queen of the sketch show. It's Jonathan Ross and David Walliams. Next up, representing Canada and Ireland, two of my favourite countries in the third world, Katherine Ryan and Aisling B. Next, they're both incredibly weird but great mates. It's like they both found imaginary friends who were actually real. It's Noel Fielding and Richard Ayoade. Katherine, Aisling, I've got to ask straight away, talk me through what you're wearing.
This is a complete accident. We did not plan this at all.
Not at all.
We just had no time to get dressed this evening.
We're busy.
We're busy women.
That's why we're never on the same panel show, except right now.
Yeah. And we brought 2 extra bitches just to even it out.
That's a real dog.
Yeah.
That's a real dog. You're not working that with your thumb.
No, no.
How many dogs did you have at the absolute high point of dog mania in the Ross household?
9.
9?
Your house must have smelled like poo all the time.
Well, it smelled like poo already. We got the dogs to disguise it, really. and it worked.
Do you let them on the Millennium Falcon with you?
They're not dogs, they're Wookiees, mate.
I can't believe that anyone's going to be given a hard time about outfits. It's Jonathan.
And why have you left the tie behind?
Crazy Jimmy!
What happened?
Because I wanted to appear more casual.
Why is exposing your neck more casual?
He's just really proud of his Adam's apple.
Give us a swallow, Jimmy.
It's weird because you were saying that, but it's the sort of thing that David normally says. Noel, briefly to your outfit, because people will be tuning in that bemused.
What do you mean? Wait, I'll show you it in full. It's like a...
Mind the
Hang on, I'll hold this.
That's the only way to show it.
It's a swivel.
Spin me, Richard, spin me.
My mum used to wear a caftan on date night with my dad.
Wow.
And she'd wear no bra.
Yeah.
Have you got a bra on tonight?
No.
No. She'd wear no bra, sort of sexy. So that's what I think of when I see you in that. I think of my mum with no bra on.
Can I ask a question, David?
Yes.
Why were you there on date night knowing about your mother wearing no bra and a caftan?
Because we were sent to bed early, and we'd know that my mum and dad were planning to... And there'd be Nuts and Cinzano would come out, and that would be their...
It sounds to me like they were inviting other people round as well.
It's a good job my mum will never watch this programme.
Well, my friend up the road, Steve, his mum and dad, he said they have swingers parties. They have swingers parties. I said, I'm sure they don't. He said, they do have swingers parties. This is before we really knew what swingers parties were. And I said, how do you know? Because you're never there. He was always sent away. He'd go and stay with an uncle or something. He said, I found the photographs.
Wow.
And I said, where are they? And he showed them to me. Oh. And we found the photographs. And you could see his mum quite clearly in some of the photographs, which is something I've never fully recovered from. But the dad, his face was in other photographs. And I said, how do you know it's your dad? And he went, the socks. And he had his socks on in every photograph. And then to prove it to me, he got the socks out of the drawer.
It's a lovely story, isn't it? I mean, it gets people in the mood for a lovely quiz, doesn't it?
What about team names? David, Jonathan, have you got a team name this evening?
Now that Tom Hiddleston and Taylor Swift, they split up, there's no more Hiddle Swift, OK? Ooh. Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, they split up, there's no more Brangelina. We thought maybe I was saying, why don't we put our names together, like Javid or Davathan?
David, but that sounds like some sort of charity sponsorship thing. Yeah, that's not so
But we
good.
could go with it.
I think just call it Walliams.
Just Walliams.
That's not
Walliams, simply
yeah,
Walliams.
no,
But that's not the two names together.
Well, it's what? The W from Was and Walliams.
Wow. Really fair.
All right, Walliams.
Good. OK, Walliams. Katherine, Aisling, what's your team going to be called?
Well, we've kind of combined some of our favourite things. We know there's only two of us, two of this particular type of people on the show. It drums of a lot of controversy. So we are calling ourselves the foreign twerkers. Foreign twerkers.
Foreign twerkers?
Yeah, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. We're trying to make people regret Brexit.
And twerking.
Noel, Richard, have you got a name?
Cafe vape.
I don't know if I want to do this. Why would you be called Cafe Vape?
Don't try and analyse it, Jimmy. Just go with it.
Mind your own business, Jimmy. Ours is the business of vaping in a cafe.
What goes on in cafe vape stays in cafe vape. Or the other, because I think often we can be overly self-deprecating and hesitant. So I thought maybe humanity's last hope.
I think go humanity's last hope. I like that.
All right. Your choice, Jimmy, your show.
OK. So we got Walliams, foreign twerkers, and humanity's last hope. OK, on with the quiz. Our first round is all about history, although thankfully not the kind on my internet browser. In January 1793, the King of France, Louis XVI, was beheaded during the French Revolution, but not before uttering his famous last words. The sinking of the Titanic in 1912 was a terrible tragedy, resulting in the deaths of over 1,500 people. But without it, we would never have seen Kate Winslet's boobies, so swings and roundabouts. Let's get started. Here are some questions. For our first question, it's over to fitness guru and body coach, Mr. Joe Wicks.
Hi, Jimmy. I'm known for getting people in shape and getting them burning fat. But if I had a time machine and had to go back and help one person, it'd be William the Conqueror. Do you know why? He ate so much food and got so big and heavy, he couldn't even ride his own horse. So what terrible diet did he use to get himself back in the saddle?
Right.
Who's that? All the Bee Gees.
That is fitness guru Joe Wicks or all the Bee Gees. OK, have you all got answers to that first one?
Yes.
OK, great, OK. As always, the children of Mitchellbrook Primary School have put together a special school play for us. What big event are they acting out here?
We have made a website. Now people can listen to lots of songs. Free music! No more CDs! Yay! Give back our songs. We want our money. We are telling on you. You have been very naughty. Yay! Oh no! Oh well, you can go on the other song websites instead. Yay!
Beautiful, right? Not for love. The children of Mitchellbrook Primary there. So what news story were they acting out? What historical event? Can I just confirm that Aisling is stroking a dog?
Oh!
Because it's
It's a
under a
great
desk.
show, guys. I'm very relaxed. This is what I'm stroking. Oh, it's so cute.
OK, so the 1948 London Olympics was known as the Austerity Games. The male British athletes had to provide their own kit, but one sponsor provided them with something else. What was it?
Who was the sponsor?
I think I could probably tell you that without giving it away.
Who then?
I think it was Coopers.
Were they involved in horses, Coopers?
They were not involved in horses.
Are you lying to me?
No.
Okay.
I'll cross out horses.
I'd like to see the austerity games, but like with austerity subject matter. So instead, people could be like wrestling with the idea that the banks are going to foreclose in your house. Or like the male backstroke could be just a woman like stroking her husband's back going, "Don't worry, Jimmy, it's all going to get easier."
Why did you use the word Jimmy?
I use my
Sometimes I
imagination.
need reassurance. OK, take a look at this footage of a man hard at work in Bradford in the 1940s. All I want to know is, what's his job?
We've got it.
We've got it, Jimmy.
We've got it.
You've got it.
That was my Saturday job in the 40s.
You had a job in B&Q.
Oh, I did have... This is a true story. I got a job in B&Q, and they gave... This is true. And they gave me the uniform on the first day, and it was red dungarees, and I went, there's no way this can happen. And I went home, and my mum went, what are you doing? And I went, Mum, it was red dungarees. And she went, all right, fair enough.
You used to work in a Hooters, right?
Yeah. And Hooters is not like a titty bar or anything.
Do they sell porn?
It's an owl sanctuary. I opened the first Hooters in the UK. You're welcome. And I got fired from Hooters for writing club sandwiches, not seals, on the lunch board. True story.
Have you ever been clubbed, Jimmy? Because in the dark alley, you sound like a seal when you laugh.
I can't argue with that. It's a very good point, well made. I've got to be very careful.
He looks a bit like a seal as well. Maybe that's why he's not wearing a tie.
Very smooth.
Yeah.
Place a ball on his nose and see if it balances. That's how it tastes.
I'll do it!
He was very confident that he could place a single ball.
Time for a Say What You See.
Oh.
OK.
I see a seal. A lovely, slippery seal.
Oh, he's made it sound... Oh, no. OK. So these pictures are spelling out a famous event from history. Can you guess what the event is?
Famous event.
A famous event.
Yes, we've got it!
Yes!
We've got it.
Have you got it, though?
Yes, we have.
We've got it, you,
we actually
you
have.
smooth seal lover.
We've even got it.
You've got it, OK.
I know this now.
OK, right, I've got some answers. You ready?
Yes.
You've got something?
Yeah.
So first we heard from Joe Wicks, who wanted to know what diet William the Conqueror used to lose weight. What did you get?
We put Le Atkins, as it was known in France at the time. Le Atkins
Atkins
diet.
diet.
You think William the Conqueror invented the Atkins diet?
Yeah.
Le Atkins.
OK. Catherine, actually a more sensible answer from you.
Yes, we did a more sensible answer, and we did it in English. Lord Atkins diet.
Yeah.
You think the Atkins as well? You think he's William the Conqueror Atkins?
It's the only one that works, Jimmy.
Noel, Richard, what did you put?
No swans before lunch.
Try and lay off the candy floss.
Well, I can tell you, no one got it. It's an extraordinary diet that he went on. He actually shunned food. He only drank alcohol to lose weight.
Oh.
That was his policy. It's sort of like a modern-day Glaswegian. You saw the children of Mitchellbrook Primary School act out a big event from history. What do you think it was?
Napster.
Napster.
You got Napster. What do you think it was to do with Napster?
Well, it was to do with the free music being given out on Napster.
And then the rock bands banded together and they said, no, we're not having this, we want to be paid.
What band? What band was it?
Metallica.
You're absolutely right. It was Metallica.
Yeah.
Catherine, Aisling.
We knew it was the Napster shutdown.
Napster got shut down. OK, Noel, Richard?
There's no jokes here. Move on.
Napster, and then I panicked and drew an eel wearing a top hat.
OK, points all round for that.
Do you remember how exciting Napster was? Because I had it very young, and I think I was one of the first people. And you really thought you were going to go to prison. And they'd tell you all the time, you'll go to prison, and they had all these adverts. And none of us ever went to prison, not for that.
That's not exciting, the idea of prison. I would get bummed to death.
That's a nice phrase, isn't it?
No.
You're presuming a lot about your attractiveness, aren't you?
Using Napster.
Oh, I would be bummed to death. I mean, I just couldn't be sent to prison, my lord. I'll be bummed to death. To be fair, you look reasonably... On this panel, you're probably the best-looking man in a caftan. I'll give you that.
It's my favourite thing in America when they always go, oh, my God, when my grandmother died, I was just so bummed. Everyone in my family was bummed. I was almost bummed to death.
All right, so it was Napster being sued by Metallica. You all get points for that. OK, next I asked you what freebie was given to male athletes at the 1948 London Olympics. What have you all got?
We put gin.
Gin.
That they
Cooper's
gave
gin.
in gin. That if you had a sort of long running race in those days, they wouldn't give you water. You'd have a swig of gin as you ran past.
It was austerity. Water was hard to get, but gin
was
everywhere.
very cheap.
Right, OK. Katherine, Aisling, what did you put?
One brazen whore.
The dog is now leaving you as a protest for that
You hurt his feelings.
He doesn't like your pity.
Noel, Richard?
Starting pistols.
All the male athletes were given their own starting pistol.
And personal finishing lines, so that you could win a race without getting out of your chair.
Wow.
Bang, wow.
Who's won? Who's won?
You've won. Bang, wow.
Bang, wow.
Personal
Personal best in the bag.
That's actually a George Formby song. Bang, wow. What a giveaway.
Bang, well, I can tell you, none of you got it right. They were actually given Y-fronts.
Why?
They were each given, that's all they got, just a pair of Y-fronts each. Well, the good people of Cooper's sponsored the games.
Whose legs are they coming in from the left?
The sock guy.
Yes, it's Steve's dad.
It's Steve's dad.
What did the women get to wear for the Olympics, Jimmy?
I don't think they got... I think they had to bring their own uniforms, their own kit, and then they just... There was no talk of women's unmentionables because they were unmentionable at the time.
No, they weren't allowed to compete in the Olympics. Let's all just take a moment to check our privilege.
Okay. Katherine, I'm still not allowed to compete in the Olympics. Okay.
I showed you footage of a man tapping on people's windows. What do you think his job was?
What people don't realise, Jimmy, is that's his finger. That's how he got that job.
Noel, Richard, what do you think?
Duelist / pole vaulter.
Pole vaulter scout.
Katherine, Aisling, what did you put?
Well, we put, but I spelled it wrong, phantom tickler, but I wrote heckler. Because I think I was working through some issues.
They both are wrong.
Yeah.
We didn't know.
Phantom heckler, phantom
But
tickler,
what-
both wrong. We got it.
We know this one.
It's a knocker-upper.
It used to go around and wake people up in the morning.
You tap on the window. Can you get up, please? You need to go to the factory now. Thank you.
Was he that cab? Did he need...
Probably. Thank you so much. I'll be at the factory in 10 minutes. You need to be in the coal mine, dear. All right, dear, I'm coming.
And that's your Bradford accent, is it?
That's my impression of people who worked in coal mines in the 1930s. Yeah, it's very accurate.
I thought knocker-upper is like someone you bring home to your mother. You know, like she's a real knocker-upper. Get her pregnant, like.
A knocker-upper. Like one of those guys who, like, just crimples a bit of plastic by the bed and says he's putting on a condom.
I can tell you, Jonathan David, you got it exactly right. He was called a knocker-upper.
Thank you.
He used to wake people up for shift work.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And finally, you saw a Say What You See. What event in history do you think it was?
It was King Edward abdicates.
Katherine, Aisling?
We got it right as well. We said King Edward abdicates.
You got Jack D, but you went with the Jack, not the D.
Yeah, like, abdicates. Sounds good.
Yeah.
OK. Noel, Richard?
Abdicate sounds like you've ejaculated a throne, though. Which is harden the urethra.
Well, you will get points all round there.
Yes.
Yes, it was King Edward abdicates. So at the end of the first round, let's check in on the scores. Jonathan and David have 3. Katherine and Aisling have 2. Noel and Richard have 2. Pretty close. Time for us to take a quick break so we can let Catherine's dogs outside for a quick pee and a run around. See you in a bit. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of everything. This round is all about music. We're going to look back at some of the people responsible for the greatest music in history. From Mozart to John Lennon, right up to the bloke who dumped Adele. Before he died, Elvis was grossly overweight, refused to diet, and had no regard for his health. Or to put it another way, Elvis was American. Time for some more questions?
Yes.
OK, first up, it's over to Channel 4 News, where our very own anchorman, Jon Snow, is reporting on a classic hit.
The Met Office has issued a severe weather warning ahead of adverse conditions expected from 10:30 tonight. Forecasters had previously reported rising humidity and low readings on the barometer. Precipitation is expected to be dark and lean, followed by a rough, tough, strong and mean front moving in from the south. Sources have indicated that this unusual phenomenon is best witnessed from the streets, with lonely women urged to leave their umbrellas at home. Those unable to go outside are advised to rip off the roof and stay in bed. Flooding and disruption to travel is expected. Back to you, Jimmy.
Right, so I need the song and the artist.
Got it. Got both.
Okay. What is the connection between this...
Pajamas lying side by side, ladies' nighties I have spied. I've often seen what goes inside when I'm cleaning windows.
This... and this.
Yes, we got it. We've got it. We've got it. Got it.
We got it. We got it. We got it.
I worry, though. Have you got it?
Yeah, we've got it.
We have got them all.
Got it.
OK. In a recent poll, Life by Des'ree was voted as having the worst lyrics of all time. The first verse contains these lines: I don't want to see a ghost. It's the sight that I fear most. All I want to know is what's the next line.
Yeah.
I mean, Des'ree actually gave up music just a few years before recording that. In 2001, this is a question designed for Noel Fielding. Surely this is the one thing you may know. In 2001, the band Kiss brought out a range of merchandise. But which item prompted Gene Simmons to say, I love living, but this makes the alternative look pretty damn good?
This looks like Noel's Christmas photo of his family.
Do you know, I've got a real story about Kiss. Do you want to know? This is true.
What's your true
When
story
I
about
was
Chris?
7 or 6, my mum and dad took me to a Kiss concert, and I dressed up as Gene Simmons, and then the tour manager of Kiss saw me. I was like about this big, but immaculate costume. And he said, oh my God, he went, Gene's got to see this, he'll absolutely love it. So he took me off to meet Gene. Obviously it was the 70s, my mum and dad didn't mind that I'd gone off with a total stranger. I went to Gene's dressing room and he said, look, just go in, I'll knock on the door and you just go in, it'll absolutely freak him out, he'll love it. And I went in and there was nobody in there. And I was standing there, and then the rest of the band came in and saw me and just thought that Gene had shrunk. Wow. I know. Finally, Shaggy released his smash hit, It Wasn't Me, in the year 2000. In the song, he gives advice to his friend, Mr. Rick Rock, after he's been caught by his girlfriend in a number of compromising situations. Can you name 3 of the places Rick Rock was allegedly seen making love?
Hold on. What is the name of the man we're talking about?
Mr. Rick Rock.
So we're talking about where Shaggy made love or Rick Rock made love?
No, Shaggy's just giving advice to his friend.
Rick Rock's
So Shaggy's talking to Rick Rock?
Rick Walk.
Rick Walk.
Rick Walk.
Rick Walk.
Rick Walk.
Rick Walk.
David, you're now saying it wrong. Rick Rock.
Who cares what
Rick
his
Walk,
name is?
yes, I got it!
You just said Rick Rock.
Who is Rick Rock anyway? I didn't even know!
He's Shaggy's friend.
Well, I've never heard of him!
Is he
Well,
a
I think it's
wrestler?
like Shaggy got some new friends with better names.
OK, you ready for some answers?
Yes, Jimmy.
OK. You saw Jon Snow reporting on a classic dance floor filler. What was the song?
The Weather Girls, It's Raining Men.
Yeah.
It's actually my anthem.
Ashley?
We put It's Raining Men.
Weather
Girls.
What did you think it was, Noel, Richard?
It seems a bit convenient that they were called the Weather Girls.
How do you mean convenient?
Well, did they come up with a song and then just come up with it? I mean, it doesn't add up. Anyway, it's just smacks
We've
of
got
convenience.
It's Raining Men in the corner, look, but then he's put frog chorus like
chorus.
an absolute lunatic.
Let's go back to Jon Snow to confirm. absolutely soaking wet after that.
Just imagine if that's all you were given to wank to. 100 years. That would be tough.
When were you given stuff to wank to? When did that happen, David? Here are your wanking materials. Now get back in the cave.
For the next 100 years.
If that was all you were given to wank to.
It would certainly be a challenge, but I think doable. OK, I asked you, what was the connection between When I'm Cleaning Windows, God Save the Queen, and Love to Love You, Baby? Noel, Richard, what do you think?
Thank you, with that expectation that would be wrong.
Yeah, go on, what have you got?
They were banned.
OK, Katherine, Aisling?
Well, we had a disagreement.
What did you think?
Aisling thought they were all number ones, and I said, no way, they're all about sex.
Right, I mean, George Formby's predates the charts.
Oh.
Definitely not number one. And then you think sex.
That was so aggressive, Jimmy.
Yeah.
That was the most weirdly aggressive thing. By the way, there weren't even charts when that came out. So, like, loser. Second point, no one's even had sex with the Queen. And, like, third point, no.
If you look at Jimmy and George, it looks like you, but if you look in the back of a spoon.
Well, no, he's right with the sex, because, like, George Formby was like, oh, I'm looking in your window, I'm seeing your knickers, oh, I'm so charming because I've got a tonic guitar.
He's
like,
not
no.
a cockney.
Is he not?
He was from up north.
And second, it's a ukulele.
Yeah, second point.
There are no songs, it's a ukulele.
Whoa! Whoa!
Hey!
What's going on? No one cares. We're all united here. We're all one. We all have problems expressing intimacy. We all find it hard to be vulnerable. Let's work as a team.
Do you want to go on the puppy, Richard?
I would like a go on the puppy.
Oh,
Thank you.
A go on the puppy.
I didn't want to challenge her use of language there. Now, what's this one?
It's Megan.
Megan.
Hello, Megan. No, that's not Jimmy, that's George.
The charts weren't even invented when George...
Jonathan, David, what did you have?
They're all banned. They're all banned.
They were banned.
OK, well, I can tell you that Noel and Richard and Jonathan and David, you got it absolutely right. They were all banned by the BBC.
Yeah.
In 1936, they banned When I'm Cleaning Windows because of the lyrics. They thought they were smutty. Ladies' nighties, I have spied. I've often seen what goes inside. Just, I mean, way too much for the radio. God Save the Queen was banned in 1977 for gross bad taste for criticising the monarch, because presumably the BBC thought it was 1677. And Love to Love You Baby was banned in 1975 for its 23 seconds of orgasm, because I think the BBC were suspicious that Donna Summer was faking it.
But Love to Love You Baby is like a 16-minute long song, so it's absolutely not a sexual song, because the men I date will be finished by then and texting me from an Uber, which they would be driving.
I asked you in Desiree's classic song, Life, what followed the lyric, I don't want to see a ghost, it's the sight that I fear most. OK, ladies, what do we got?
I'd rather have a piece of toast and watch the evening news. Life, oh life, oh life.
I didn't know you couldn't sing.
Are they the lyrics?
Yes!
That's so shit.
No, Richard, what did you think it was?
I can't imagine a world where someone could write something that bad, so I thought, I'm calling Scooby-Doo or Scrappy-Doo.
OK, it doesn't even rhyme. Jonathan, David?
We wrote this as a joke. I would like some toast. Not knowing, but apparently, is that indeed the
OK,
lyrics?
let's
rather have
take
a
a
piece
look.
of toast.
Treat yourselves, everyone. Good luck. Incredible. So points to Katherine Aisling and points to Jonathan and David.
Thank you.
No points to you. OK. I asked you what unusual item of merchandise was brought out by Kiss in 2001. What did you think it was? Oh, my God,
I
no.
thought it was it not a range of coffins?
Well, it was the Kiss casket, but you've even sort of spelt it with the same K they spelt it with.
Well,
I mean...
obviously, if you're Kiss, they'd have to spell it with a K. I mean...
Everything's spelt with a K, it's the brand.
Well, Katherine Aisling, what did you get?
Catherine thought of it, but I wrote down guns.
Gun. You thought it was Kiss Guns. David, Jonathan, what did you think?
Coffin.
We put coffin with a K.
With a K.
Well, it was the Kiss casket. Take a look.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. So kiss coffins, you get a point. Coffins, you get a point. You get
Okay.
no point for gun.
Okay.
Kiss didn't bring out a gun yet. All right, OK, lastly, I asked you if you could list any of the places Rick Rock was seen making love in Shaggy's hit song, It Wasn't Me. What do you think?
Kitchen, bathroom, Bradford.
That's a hell of a shot.
OK, Katherine, Aisling?
We got them all.
OK.
We got me kissing on the sofa.
Wasn't me.
We got me kissing in the shower.
Wasn't me.
Even got me in the bedroom.
Wasn't me.
Even got me in the shower.
You got more than enough there.
Yeah.
Beautifully delivered, might I say.
Singing's
Noel,
becoming
Richard,
a-
did you get it?
In a cargo bay, in a wind tunnel, in a tiger's cornea, in Waitrose.
You say what you want about that answer. I mean, it's not correct, but those are the guys you want writing the lyrics.
Thank you.
OK, time now for a special bonus round. I'm going to show you 3 classic album covers. All have been subtly improved. Can you tell me what the albums are? OK, so here's the first one. The first album cover. Got to name that album.
Oh, it's the worst.
And the next one?
Oh, yeah.
That furrowed brow. And the third one is...
You look like Hitler on
EastEnders,
Dress Down
Jimmy.
Fridays.
OK, have you all got 3 answers?
Yes.
Well, let's have a look. Jonathan, David, what did you get?
We thought Blink 182, but I don't know what the album's called.
Oh, well, that would, I mean, you would, I think, probably get points just for Blink 182.
No.
Katherine,
No.
Aisling, did you
Probably
get?
not.
What did you get?
The album is Blink-182, What's My Name Again?
No.
All the small things.
You can have what, Blink 182.
Is it all the small things?
The album is actually called Enema of the State.
Enema of the State, great
course.
pun.
Now it makes sense.
OK, next one. Did you all get the next one?
Yeah. Adele,
Ka-
21.
Adele 21. You put, Katherine, Aisling?
Adele
Adele
23.
There isn't an Adele 23. No, what did you answer?
But seriously, by Adele.
It does kind of look like that, doesn't it? No jacket required by Adele.
This looks like an advert for impotence.
Well, I can tell you, the second was me as Adele, 21. And then the last one there.
Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Was it that, or was it?
Bombed to death.
The only thing better than that answer is how pleased you are with that answer. What did you get, Noel, Richard?
I put Troubled Waters.
Well, it's me and Jonathan. Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Water. Well, I can tell you, Jonathan, David, you got all 3 right. Katherine, Aisling, you got 2. And Noel and Richard, you got all 3. So at the end of that round, the scores are Katherine and Aisling in last place with 7, Noel and Richard with 8, Jonathan and David with 10. Join us after the break when we'll all be a little bit closer to death. Don't miss it. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of everything. Our next round is all about film and TV. So whether you like watching pirated films or illegally streaming TV shows, this round is for you. Lord of the Rings fans recently voted Gollum their favourite ever character. Gaunt, pale and hermit-like, they may be, but those fans love Gollum. OK, time for some questions about film and TV. Have a look at this clip of the BBC show Pebble Mill in 1973, featuring a state-of-the-art demonstration from the Doctor Who special effects team. Check it out.
The Pebble Mill at Once special effects department isn't doing too well at the moment over there, but outside, I think we can use one of your monsters again right now to hopefully walk straight through that pane of glass. Here he goes.
Jimmy, that's you going to work.
OK, so, well, you saw there a Cyberman.
Well,
Can
we
you
saw
name...
an out-of-work actor in a suit.
OK, you saw an out-of-work... No, you saw a Cyberman.
Jimmy in tinfoil.
You saw me in tinfoil. Apart from the Cybermen and the Daleks, can you name one other enemy of Doctor Who?
Easy, easy. I can name 10.
Oh, well, name 10 then. Great.
The weather.
I've never seen Doctor Who.
The weather, move it along, go. Come on, tinfoil man, let's do this. I'm going back to sleep.
I love Doctor Who in my house because it's so easy to explain to my daughter how people regenerate. Like, Mommy, how did... Oh, you know how sometimes Mommy's boyfriend was Dave and all of a sudden it's Nathan? Just saying.
OK, classic horror movie Scream was released in 1996, and it laid out 3 things you should never do if you want to survive a horror movie. What were they? You've got to write them down.
3 things that you must never do in a horror film.
Yeah, if you want to survive the horror film, there are 3 things you must never do.
I'm imagining he's going to know this.
Sure. It's in a film. He's bound to know.
Come on.
OK. The BBC's nationwide programme regularly gave a platform to uniquely talented people. In 1974, Tony McCabe demonstrated a technique he claimed allowed him to jump on hens' eggs and human noses without breaking them. What was that technique?
Oh, I know the answer to this.
What is it?
OK, next question. In the 80s and 90s, one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's trademarks was his quips when killing bad guys. OK, have a look at this jaunty little musical number sung by the one and only Tony Monopoly. What TV event is he introducing?
Girls, girls, girls. Girls, girls, girls. Girls, girls, girls. Girls, girls, girls. Dressed yellow, red, black or white. And a little bit of moonlight for this intercontinental romance. Shy girl, sexy girl, they all love that fancy world. Champagne, a gentle song, and a slow dance. Who makes it fun to spend your money? Who calls you honey most every day? Girls, girls, girls.
So I'd like to know what that minicab driver is singing about.
You didn't know who Tony Monopoly was, did you, Noel?
Did anyone in the room?
The sad thing is that years later he got in trouble and he was sent to jail and he wasn't allowed to collect £200. Couldn't pass go.
That is an awful thing to happen to someone called up because of the board game.
What a coincidence.
Because if he hadn't been called Monopoly, I don't think it would have stung half as much as it must have.
That's the real sentence.
If he was Tony Connect 4 or Barry Ludo.
OK, right, you ready for some answers?
Yes, Jimmy.
OK. Aside from the Daleks and the Cybermen, I asked you, could you name one other terrifying Doctor Who enemy? Yeah. What have you gone for, Catherine?
We were torn between credibility and vaginas.
The enemy of Doctor Who is vaginas.
Yeah. Because, like, I've never slept with anyone who went to a convention for anything.
I also would like to see the props department just get 2 bits of ham and be like, "Ma!" Like, oh no, it's a vagina! Let's change over to the next actor. I don't know how it works.
OK, Noel, Richard, what did you put?
The weather.
You think the enemy of Doctor Who is the weather?
Yeah.
Also time and himself.
OK, so Catherine, Aisling, no points. Noel, Richard, no points. Jonathan, David, what did you put?
Centauros,
yes.
the Master.
The Ice Monsters.
The Weng Chiang.
The Weeping Angels.
The Weeping Angels. I could put
the Sea Devils.
The Sea Devils, the Rani, the giant robot.
Dinosaur
invasion, so you could just say dinosaurs.
Adipods.
They are all correct nerds. You get a point for all of those answers.
Hang on, no, we get bonus. We get bonus points. No, because you said we could write as many as we could, and we wrote a lot.
Yes.
We actually ran out of space.
1 point.
Fuck you.
OK, so I asked you, what were the 3 things you should never do, according to Scream, if you want to survive in a horror movie? What have you got?
Don't have sex.
Don't have sex is one of them.
Don't go out in the dark and don't scream.
OK, you got 1 out of 3 there. Catherine and Aisling.
We think we have it. So run upstairs, have sex, and answer the phone.
No, well, 1, have sex is the first one.
Oh, not answer the phone, because everyone who dies, you know, hello, do you like scary movies? And then they always end up dying. Surely...
That's not one of the rules. Not one of the rules. Noel, Richard?
Go for it.
Garden.
Boom!
Make a citizen's arrest.
Boom!
You don't have time in a slasher film to make it... You've got to save yourself. Disobey Newton's laws.
You couldn't help yourself, could you? The only question we could have got right, and you've got to make jokes.
So, one of them is saying, I'll be right back.
Oh, that is correct.
Have sex.
That is correct.
The other one I don't know. It might be garden.
So you got 1 point, you got 1 point, you get 2 points for that. The actual rules were never have sex, never drink or do drugs, and never say, I'll be right back.
Right, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got that.
I should have known that.
It's useful if you want to survive a horror movie. OK, I asked you how Tony McCabe was able to stand on a hen's egg and human noses without breaking them.
No, you
What did you put?
You said jump, and I put he never landed.
That is sort of correct.
It's the...
I will give you a point for that.
Thank you.
What did you guys put?
We put. He kind of barely touches them. He sort of tiptoes over them, but it doesn't really land on them. He just he sort of jumps and then brushes them.
And then what did you...
We put boil them.
Did you think he boiled the eggs and then he was fine, was he?
Yeah.
Well, take a look.
Yeah.
Take a look at this incredible man in action.
We bring you the unique Mr. Tony McCabe, a man who claims he can jump on hen's eggs and human noses without breaking them.
Now, give us a roast. The legs come in.
Yeah. You're going too high. Up with it. Felt it click. Oh, there we are.
That's it, is it?
Oh, yeah, I felt it click, yeah.
Oh, that is the jumping on the eggs.
Oh, yes, it's definitely been jumped on, I think.
Did he put those 2 eggs in a stick of dynamite? Was that like a little...
Oh, yeah, a bit more dangerous. So who got that? Well, yeah, I'm going to give a point to Noel and Richard there. You can't... He never lands.
That was tiptoes. That was
And tiptoes, yeah, tiptoes. So points, no points. OK. I asked you how Arnie responded to the death of a bad guy in Commando. What do you think he said?
Let off some steam.
You want to let off some steam?
Well, that would be a very callous thing to say. Catherine, Aisling, what did you...
Same. That's one way to let off some steam.
OK, and Noel, Richard?
Pipe down.
Pipe down is good, yeah.
And don't exhaust yourself.
Even though they got the answer technically incorrect, could I suggest that maybe you offer a bonus point to Richard and Noel if Richard would give us his Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation?
I mean, I think it's a fine idea. We can almost certainly trick him into doing it and then not give him the point.
I mean, you do know I can hear. Do you want me to say the...
Please, but in the Schwarzenegger voice.
Pipe down. Don't exhaust yourself.
Yes. Damn, it's very good. So points to Jonathan and David, points to Catherine and Aisling. And finally, we had a look at a jaunty little song called Girls, Girls, Girls. I wanted to know what event it was introducing. What did you put?
Well, I thought Miss Great Britain, and I wrote that, and then Jonathan said Cheltenham. He said Cheltenham.
It looks like they're at the races.
But
like
they're at the
Cheltenham.
seaside.
Yeah, but isn't that by the seaside? I thought it was a race of dolphins. I thought it was a dolphin race.
So I think it's Miss Great Britain.
OK, Miss Great Britain. Catherine, Aisling?
Like, we didn't know, so we just put Love Island 1971.
OK. And...
I panicked. I've got to say, I panicked.
And what did you go for?
Robot Wars.
I can tell you the answer was... It was Miss Great Britain 1980, held in Morecambe. Well done, David.
Thank you. Well done, David.
Time for a quick bonus round. We've taken a selection of movie reviews from Amazon written by the public. All you need to do is listen carefully and see if you can work out what films these armchair critics are describing. And in case it helps, we've got one of our most distinguished actors, Charles Dance, to read them out. Here's the first one.
Which penguin was Morgan Freeman supposed to be? None of the penguins sounded like Morgan Freeman. His voice was everywhere. My son Daniel asked me if he was trapped in the ice below. What was I supposed to tell the kid? I said yes, and we had a good cry together. 1 star.
What film was being reviewed there? OK, so write that down. All right. What are your answers? Let's have a look.
Happy Feet.
You thought Morgan Freeman was doing the voice in Happy Feet?
Yes. It was but he did it so well that you couldn't tell it was him, and that's why they were confused.
Right, and you think the kid was crying wasn't happy about Happy Feet?
OK, they mentioned penguins, so we thought Happy Feet, OK? You've already got the answer, so don't look so smug. Yeah. You wouldn't know these answers if you sat here.
Catherine, Aisling?
We're pretty confident we got it right. It's
March of the Penguins.
March of the Penguins. OK, Noel, Richard?
Shawshank Redemption.
It's a joke. We have put March of the Penguins.
Thank you.
Well, let's have a look. It was, of course, March of the Penguins.
yes,
You've got to listen very carefully to this one. Take a look.
I've got a 42-inch Panasonic LCD TV with Blu-ray, and it's the business. I don't expect to have to watch black and white films on it. It's not 1978. Save up and buy a colour camera, Mr. Spielberg, you moron. Then perhaps people will watch your stupid films. 1 star.
Charles Dance is just killing it, isn't he? OK, so what film was being reviewed there?
Schindler's List.
You have to write
Don't
down...
say
You have to write down the answer.
Schindler's List. Schindler's List.
But you know how the game works, right? You write down the answer.
You just asked us. You just said, what, and I'm telling you.
Well, I've asked for all the questions, and then you write them down, and then we go through them. That's...
Schindler's List.
I feel like we're watching your audition tape, the one before, like, Liam Neeson went in. We're like, David, great to get you in the room. You just really need to say the list right. So, just go again.
Schindler's List.
OK. We're going to have you in the background.
I can't spell it either, but it is Schindler's List.
Let's have a look and see what you got. Jonathan, David, what have you got?
Schindler's List.
OK. Catherine, Aisling?
Well, we also put Schindler's List.
OK, and Noel, Richard?
Yeah. If he'd stayed on for a bit, he would have seen some red.
Well, I can tell you the answer is Schindler's List. Points all round. OK, final one of these.
There were no wolves in this movie. 1 star.
Oh, it's so good. So, yeah, I better go to the internet. I better review this one.
OK.
No bloody wolves in it. 1 star.
Got it. We've got it. We've got it.
You've got it. OK. Noel, Richard?
Dances with Wolves.
I mean, there are wolves in Dances with Wolves.
Neither of us had seen it, and we imagined that there were wolf costumes, maybe, but not wolves.
I just thought...
Is that the Kevin Costner vehicle where he dances with a wolf?
Does he dance with them?
Does he? Because if there's no dancing, 1 star.
Catherine, Aisling?
We've put Wolf of Wall Street and not, underneath, Dances with Wolves.
Oh, you definitely weren't hedging your bets there.
No, we wanted to reiterate how much we didn't think it was that.
And we drew a picture of a wolf.
OK, Jonathan, David?
We also went with Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, well, I can tell you the answer is Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes.
Points. Point, I guess, no points. Let's take a look at what that's done to the scores. OK, Jonathan and David have 17. Catherine and Aisling have 12. Noel and Richard have 13.
Yes, come on, we're doing it. We're doing it.
Well, join us after the break, because by now your plans for the evening have clearly fallen through. See you in 5. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of Everything. Our next round is all about people. Here's a recap of some of history's most important movers and shakers. Lance Armstrong was the world's greatest cyclist. He won the Tour de France an incredible 7 times, but was stripped of the titles following a doping scandal. It wasn't just that he'd been taking drugs, he was also peddling. Al Capone was a notorious American gangster and criminal mastermind, but he was eventually sent to prison for tax evasion. He really should have had a word with my guy. Aged 18, Joan of Arc led an army in a military campaign to drive the English out of France. Now that is what I call a gap year.
Now that is what I call a gap year. It's a bad album. a lot of dodgy on it, cooler shaker. You know the drill.
OK, are you ready for more questions? Of course you are.
Yes.
Right, first up it's over to the second best host of Countdown, Mr. Nick Hewer.
Hi, Jimmy. When it comes to selling, I've got a few tips, having been in PR for about 1,000 years. But I have to doff my cap to the ladies of Rylestone Women's Institute, who way back in 1999 took part in one of the most amazing, successful publicity stunts of all time. Can your teams remember what they got up to?
Oh, yeah.
OK, so what publicity stunt were the ladies of Rylestone Women's Institute involved in?
Got it.
OK. For our next question, it's over to the one and only Joey Essex, who's trying to wrap his brain around the life and work of an international icon. Who on earth is he talking about?
He looks like a bit of a geek. Fashion-y, scientist. He's got ridiculous white hair, like the colour of snow. If this guy walked into the Sugar Hut looking like that, I reckon he'd get rated. Tomato soup. To me, that's not art. That's more emoji art. An actress. She looks like an Oompa Loompa, but like a pink version instead of orange. I'm trying to think of her name. Is it Britney Spears? Marilyn Monroe? Perfect. I have heard of Pop-Tarts for some reason, unless I'm thinking of Pop-Tarts. This guy claimed that in the future, everyone will be famous for 15 minutes. It's not true. I ain't even been world famous for 15 minutes. Or have I?
What was the question?
What are we meant to be
I
doing?
got confused. What was it?
You got confused. Poor Joey. He was talking about an icon of the 20th century. Who was he talking about?
Okay. No, what do you think?
For a minute, I had it and it's
Oh,
gone.
and then you...
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I
or...
gave it to him.
Why did this man receive over 2 billion phone calls?
Whoa.
Oh, I've got it!
Sounds like it might be contagious.
Nobody's got a phone like that anymore.
Ah, yes.
We are on a roll.
You
Let
have
me
got
just
it.
say that. We are on an absolute roll.
I gave you the second one. Get
Would
lost.
you like us to give you this one?
Yeah, please.
We can't.
OK. Author Salman Rushdie spent over 9 years in hiding in the 90s, but what form of entertainment did he say helped him through?
Tetris.
What form?
A form of entertainment.
Is it?
I just don't know.
Yeah.
It feels right. Go with your spirit.
And finally, which iconic character is this?
Oh,
Wow.
my God.
Holy shit. Noel!
Why has he got a thesaurus on his head? The cup's good, though, isn't it?
All right, everyone finished? Everyone got something?
Got them all.
Maybe.
OK. Excellent. OK. So Nick Hewer asked you what publicity stunt the ladies of Ralston Women's Institute were famous for. Did you get this?
Yes.
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 They pumped up the jam.
Pump it up.
They make jam. The Women's Institute.
They make jam, and that was their
Yeah.
publicity stunt, was they made some jam?
Yeah.
Loads of jam.
OK, Noel, Richard, what did you go for?
Human pyramid.
We know.
They're on it now. They're doing
Naked.
it.
It was a naked human pyramid, and then someone drove a motorcycle through the arch.
Jonathan David.
Calendar Girls.
They
They
were the
made
Calendar
the
Girls,
calendar. They
and for a
imposed
bonus
the-
point, who has written the new musical about the Calendar
Bonus
Girls?
point.
Gary Barlow.
Bonus point. Thank you.
What, I mean, they started a trend. Other people did it. The Stony Stratford Bowling Club did it.
Oh, yeah. Really?
Yeah, go on,
OK,
girl, get
the
involved.
Portsmouth Inland Revenue did it.
Yeah.
And London Cabbies.
Woo!
Wow.
God, Uber hit them pretty hard, didn't it?
OK. Well, you got that absolutely right then. That was the original Calendar Girls. OK, you saw Joey Essex learning about an internationally famous icon. Who do you think it was?
Warhol.
You think Warhol? You think?
Warhol instead of hole.
Look, in good conscience, I think we need to admit that we put something else
No,
down
no,
first.
no. We
well,
thought of that.
David.
Andy
David.
Warhol.
And what did you put
David,
down first?
what did we put down first?
We
Pick
put
one.
Einstein, and we crossed that out, and we wrote Warhol.
And why did we change our mind, David?
Because Noel Fielding told us the answer.
So,
See? He
still get
knows
the point.
about
We get the
Gary
point.
Barlow, I know about Warhol. That's how it works. I'm an art student, he's a twat.
I'm getting tired.
OK, well, it was Andy Warhol points all round.
Yeah, good.
I asked you why this man received over 2 billion phone calls. David Walliams,
He
you
was
see?
the speaking clock. He was the voice of the speaking clock. He didn't actually take all those calls. It was a recorded voice.
You looked very close, Catherine. What did you...
Jonathan did help by miming it to us.
I was
and by
going
saying
watch,
voice.
and I was going speaking. Watch,
But
speaking.
what we wrote down was, and we apologise to the viewers at home
Did you
for
write
this.
Jonathan's wrist?
We wrote talking cock.
Because it was Jonathan speaking.
Yeah.
Noel, Richard?
Yeah, speaking clock.
Speaking clock. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. No points for you. I asked you how Salman Rushdie kept himself entertained during his time in hiding. What did you put?
Did he watch The Weakest Link?
He loved Dan Robinson. He couldn't tear himself away. He watched The Weakest
And
Link.
he really wanted to be on the celebrity one, but he was in hiding for writing that naughty book.
Couldn't do it.
You've got Jonathan, David, you've gone for The Weakest Link. Okay, it's not The Weakest Link. Catherine, Aisling, what did you think?
Well, we just looked at him and we figured that he was watching Harry Potter a lot.
In the 90s, before it came out. Okay.
Yeah.
Noel, Richard?
Mini golf, Tetris.
Kickboxing.
Well, you were very close with Tetris. Take a look at the man himself.
I've become a master of the Nintendo machine. I think I've become very good at defeating all sorts of tiny little two-dimensional enemies by jumping on them, stomping them into oblivion, or knocking them over from underneath, or in other ways unleashing fireballs at them, or all the other gifts and powers that one acquires when one adopts the role of one of the Mario brothers.
He's taking all the fun out of that.
I can understand why it took him 10 years to apologise, because he speaks slowly.
Oh, yeah. OK, so it was Mario Brothers. You were playing Mario Brothers.
Good game.
Yeah, relax. Nothing wrong with that. OK, so no points to anyone on that one. Finally, I asked you, who's this?
Ronald McDonald.
Oh.
The original.
The original Ronald McDonald,
Yes.
you think?
Yep.
What do you think, Catherine, Aisling?
We put Bozo, the famous cup sniffer.
Oh, it's an excellent guess. Imagine if that had been right. What did you put?
We thought it was something to do with opera.
Like
High
Paganini.
art, so we wrote Paganini.
The crying clown.
I know he is.
We wished we'd visited McDonald's recently.
Now we
because
know.
we think they're right.
Yes, it was the first incarnation of Ronald McDonald before they decided it might be an idea to make him a little bit less completely fucking terrifying. Time for a quick bonus round. Have a look under your desks. You'll each find an item of clothing once worn by a celebrity. All I want to know is who wore what. So if you could all put these on.
Yes.
OK, so you've got to put on
I
your...
already know mine.
You pop these on. You've got to name all 6.
I've never felt more alive, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's right. It's a great look, OK? Richard, that's only half your costume. We've got the other half to come in. Could we bring in the other half of Richard's costume? That goes on his...
Hang on. Wait a second.
Yeah, pop it on his shoulders there.
Are you having a fucking laugh?
Oh, wow, it's squeezing. It's squeezing in.
It's definitely a man killer. OK, so you've got to write down who wore what.
Quick as you like. Quick as you like.
OK, time is a fact here because Richard has got about 4 minutes.
Hey,
Oh my God.
OK, right, what's everyone wearing? Catherine, could you come around the front because we haven't seen your costume. We need a demo of your costume.
I didn't even spell that right.
Jimmy,
So
can
mine's
I be
really
excused from writing this round?
Don't do that.
I mean, that's
Going down. Is that okay? Going down. Going down. Still going down. Snake's going down. Catherine, you stay still.
OK, do you want me to take the snake for a second while you write down? Because you've got to write down some answers.
No, can you...
I'm not sure. Why is it the colour of lemon meringue?
That's its diet. That's what it eats.
Okay.
A lot of lemon meringue.
All
All right, that's fine. Yeah, I got him.
Don't let
hang
Aisling
on.
near him. Aisling's dressed like meat.
Oh, yeah, he'll try and eat me.
So I want to know what everyone's wearing. Oh, God.
Get George of the Jungle.
OK, so what's everyone wearing?
Not a tie, Jimmy.
No. I mean, that's genuinely scary. Let's take a look at your answers. OK, so I asked you what everyone was wearing. Jonathan, David, what did you get?
OK,
Madonna wearing the pink
Bjork,
Bjork was
Shia
swap.
LaBeouf, MC Hammer, Lady Gaga, Britney Spears.
OK, Catherine, Aisling?
Yeah,
We were right.
Same.
Did you? OK, Britney, Shia LaBeouf, Gaga, MC Hammer, Bjork, Madonna, and then Lady Gaga, Bjork, Madonna,
How slow
Shia
are you
LaBeouf,
reading?
Britney,
The snake is moving.
MC Hammer.
Richard,
Yeah?
if you know, I'll make sure your kids are all right.
OK. Let's get rid of the snake. Points all round. So let's have a look and see how they're meant to look. OK, I can tell you, Jonathan is wearing Madonna's conical bra from her 1990 Blonde Ambition tour. David is wearing the swan dress Bjork wore at the 2001 Oscars. Katherine is wearing MC Hammer's trousers from the 90s classic You Can't Touch This. Aisling has got Lady Gaga's 2010 Video Music Awards meat dress on. Noel is wearing the paper bag Shia LaBeouf sported at the 2014 Berlin Film Festival. And, of course, Richard is wearing Britney Spears' 2001 VMA's outfit, complete with an albino Burmese python. OK, let's take a look and see what that's done to the scores. So in last place, we've got Katherine and Aisling with 19 points. Noel and Richard are beating you with 22. But in the lead, Jonathan and David with 26.
Come on, come on.
Join us after the break when hopefully Richard will have put away his snake. See you in a few minutes. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of Everything. This next round is all about science, brought to you in collaboration with scientists from CERN, MIT and Laboratoire Garnier. Before the questions, I'll give you a quick refresher course on all things scientific. The first ever mammal to be cloned was Dolly the sheep. No one knows how many sheep have been cloned since, because every time the scientists try to count, they fall asleep. The hardest thing in the human body is tooth enamel. Or is it, ladies? Yeah, it is, yeah. Francis Crick and James Watson both claim to be the father of DNA, but which one is the real father? If only there was a way to find out. Time for some more big fat questions. First up, have a look at this news bulletin from the early days of robotics. That was an early prototype of me. So there was Alpha the robot there from 1934. 8 years later, sci-fi writer Isaac Asimov came up with the 3 laws of robotics. What were they? What were the 3 laws of robotics?
I know them.
OK, I don't know.
That's a strong look, isn't it? Isn't that a strong look? Take that, hipsters. That's the next look.
Next question. The distance from your elbow to your wrist is the same as what? I'll give you a clue. It's another part of the anatomy. The distance from there to there. Well, I think I know where you've gone with this.
I don't know. The distance from
the wrist to the elbow is the same as...
And we can't say the other arm. We've got to rule that out.
I mean, that is a very good answer.
I'm putting that down.
No, it's not. You can't say the other arm. It's not the other arm.
Don't you think so?
OK, next question. With the help of this newborn baby, this scientist is demonstrating something. Can you tell me what?
I got it.
OK. Next question. Over to gold medal-winning super couple, Laura and Jason Kenny.
Hi, Jimmy. Now, we did pretty well at the Rio Olympics, and like most Olympic cyclists, we were competing on the Cervelo T5 GB.
But can your teams tell us by what name the Velocipede, the first proper pedal bike, was more commonly known?
So, what was the first proper bicycle popularly known as? OK, Bill Gates founded Microsoft and helped revolutionise home computing. But in 1994, in a TV interview, he demonstrated a particularly unusual physical talent. What was it? You've got to write down Bill Gates' hidden party piece.
He looks exactly like the bassist from R.E.M.
All right, you ready for some answers? I asked you what the 3 laws of robotics were, as stated by Isaac Asimov. Noel, Richard, what do you think, the laws of robotics?
Don't let the beat control your feet.
Don't let the beat control your feet.
Under any circumstances.
That's a great rule.
2, be punctual.
Great rule.
3, no genocide.
It's as simple as that, Jimmy.
OK. Katherine, Aisling, what did you get?
Rule number 1.
Don't talk about robotics.
Rule number 2.
Refer to rule number 1.
Rule number 3.
Don't kill humans.
One of those is wrong.
Yes!
We've got the first one, thou shalt do no harm to humans. Yeah. The second one is, you shall obey humans unless it contradicts rule number 1. And the third rule was, you shall protect yourself unless it contradicts rules 1 and 2.
That's 100% right.
Yes, of course.
I don't like that robotics has inspired the robot dance. You know that one?
Why don't you like it?
Yeah. Yep.
That's
because
quite good.
dancing is supposed to be an advertisement for how you would be in bed.
and I don't want
Is
to...
it? Well, that feels...
This is how I'd be in bed.
That feels pretty accurate to me. I danced for about 30 seconds. Oh, my God, you've seen my sex tape. All right, so points to Jonathan and David there. Well done.
Thank you.
I asked you what the distance from your elbow to your wrist is the same as. What did you put?
The other arm.
The same bit on the other arm. That bit to there is the same as that bit there. It's a mirror.
Dude, we did this joke in the late 90s.
No, what
They did do that joke earlier.
Did they?
Yes.
It's the other arm, is the actual answer. It's not a joke, we're giving you the answer. That's the actual answer.
You wrote down the joke that you did earlier.
We did write down the joke.
But you just weren't paying attention for. I mean, you're in the same room.
Well, we were laughing at our really good joke.
And now, what did you get for this, Catherine? Aisling?
We said the length of this is what length of sausage you're looking for.
Okay.
You know what we mean.
Like in a breakfast.
Okay, well, I can tell you, no one got it, but I asked you what the distance from your elbow to your wrist was, the same as, it's the same length as your foot.
That's so boring, that answer.
So technically we get a
That is
point.
well boring.
Oh, it's right.
I am right, yeah. Look,
There's no way that's true.
Not
Look
true.
at this.
That's not true. Look.
no, well, hang on. Put it up on the desk. Put that up on the desk. Why have you got little tiny hobbit feet?
Here. I'll pull it together for you.
It's quite hard to get the two
David, you need to put it in the inside.
Yeah, that's the same size.
No! Look, there's about 2 inches... Look at that!
No, that's the same size.
In here, so like breathe into it, David. Breathe into it.
David, you're not giving birth.
Oh, you're so close. You're so close. Careful, there he is. It's the same length. It's the same
It's
length.
nowhere near the same length.
It is the same length.
Why is your foot... Why is it wet?
Because, I don't know, it's just been in my shoe for quite a long time.
Okay. Okay, I asked you what was going on in this photo. What did you put?
It's how well a baby's gripping.
A baby's grip, because when they're first born, if you just touch them with the hand, they grip it. They grip the finger, and that's so doctors check it.
And you've got Catherine, Aisling?
Grip reflex. It's when we were monkeys and we used to have to hang on to stuff, but now we don't need anymore. It's still there.
Okay.
It's horrible, though. Like, do doctors have a reflex to spoil a special moment? Because, like, your baby's holding on and you're like, oh my God. And the doctor's like, yeah, that's because he's a monkey.
Noel, Richard, did you get this?
Yeah, we put that babies instinctively grip.
What else did you write?
How not to parent.
Don't pick up your baby with a pencil.
Because what if that pencil broke? It's awkward. It's an awkward...
Just get a new pencil. They're not expensive. OK, so cycling's golden couple, Laura and Jason Kenny, asked you what the first pedal bike was more commonly known as. What did you think?
Bone rattler. Sold at Halfords.
Bone rattler.
OK, Catherine, Aisling?
I'm not proud. I'm not proud, Catherine. I feel like I've let the team down. You know it's not funny. I know it's funny.
You'll never let me down.
I put down vicious cycle.
She did. She wrote that and it was funny.
The vicious cycle. I see what you've done. OK, OK, fine.
Bit of a laugh, isn't it?
Let's not get into a vicious cycle. It works.
They're all better when Arnie says them. OK, David, Jonathan.
The butt spreader.
I think it is a bone shaker.
It was actually called a velocipede, better known as the bone shaker.
The bone shaker?
The bone shaker,
I think bone rattler maybe gets a point.
But I actually said bone shaker.
He did say it.
I point to Noel and Richard. You said it, but I'm afraid you've got to write them down. That is the quiz that we're playing.
Oh, this is bullshit.
What? All right, and finally, I asked you what unique talent Bill Gates demonstrated on a TV show in 1994.
Sucking his own penis.
Yes.
See,
yes, correct.
Look at the handwriting. Look at the handwriting. See where it changes. See where the handwriting changes.
We have got the correct answer.
What is the correct answer?
Jump over a chair.
I think you can jump over a chair from a standing start.
Wow.
Yes.
OK, so, Catherine, Aisling, what did you get here?
Oh, well, we have it on pretty good authority that he shits money.
Jonathan, David, what did you...
We said he was like a sort of human tripod, that his penis was so large.
We're not proud of that. We're not proud of that.
He could just sort of lean on it like that.
And invent windows.
And probably afterwards.
We'll take a look and see.
Is it true that you can leap over a chair from a standing position?
It depends on the size of the chair, but this chair, probably so.
Will you do it?
Yeah, I don't know with the microphone on if it's doable.
Watch the light, okay?
I'll cheat a little bit.
Yes!
I took a step before I did it.
That's not from a standing position.
That's good.
Well, he said, I mean, it's something, right?
That's like jumping over a tennis net, isn't it? I can do that.
Then
That's
you could jump over a
bollocks.
chair.
You can do that. I mean...
I can.
I mean, we've got health and safety
I
here.
could jump over you from here. I'm like a flea.
In some respects, yes.
Do you want to try? You crouch and I'll jump over you from a standing position.
Do I want a back injury? No, I'll be fine. Well, it's time now to welcome a special guest. It's double gold medalist, Johnny Peacock. Yeah, really nice. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on. Thank you so much. This is the Rio... This is the Rio Gold.
Do you want to have a look?
No, I'm with you. I would never take it off.
Johnny, could you jump over Jimmy?
Will you let me jump over
It's a
you?
bit high. I'll let you jump over me.
Yes!
Would you look at? He's wearing pixie boots.
Yeah,
You're an athlete.
Would you just bend down there?
If you
can do it.
Just bend down in front of you.
Yeah.
Of course.
This is quite weird.
I mean...
That's all I'm saying. I've been on for 5 seconds already. I'm bending over.
Like this way.
Okay.
But on your knees. I can't jump over that. That's too high.
Wearing the medal.
Ready?
Go for it.
That was good. In the dress.
So we've got a question here related, sports related question.
It is sport related.
Okay, tell us the question.
So I'm going to demonstrate 3 sporting celebrations from 3 different sportsmen, and you guys have got
3?
time to
You did
figure
3?
out.
3. Go on, I'll grab those 3. Okay, so you got 3.
The first one
You've
is
got to write down all 3.
that. So I'm sure if you don't get that, I'm going to be a little bit.
Yeah, but maybe we're not into what you're into.
Okay, so that's the first one. You should all get that. Second one, slightly more challenging, but go.
Second one is, and this is not the proudest moment of my career, but I'm not a great dancer, I'm just going to say, but I'm just going to go for it. So it is...
I mean...
Got it, we got it, we got it. You can move on.
And the last one is...
Oh.
What?
Oh, it's good. It's good. I mean, he's nailed that.
Something along those lines.
Could we see the last one again? It's not that I didn't see it, it's just I like seeing you uncomfortable.
No! Shush! Leave him alone.
You should know. I was told that you'd know this one.
No, he's an idiot. The dance was incredible. I mean,
Can we see your... We've got to see your version.
mine
There
isn't
you
any
go.
better than that, but I mean, it's something. OK, you've all got answers. Right, let's have a look. Now, this could be painful for everyone concerned.
We've written Usain Bolt, then we've written football, innit? Which I'm pretty sure we're right about. And then our third one is Tiger Woods eating berries in the woods after he's been kicked out of his house by his wife.
OK, Noel, Richard, what did you get?
Bolt. Usain Bolt, the Bolt man.
Yeah.
Peter Crouch.
Yeah.
Tarzan.
You thought the third one was Tarzan.
Yeah.
Celebrating he's sporting...
He's very good at cycling.
Swing.
Mini golf.
Cheetah makes his bikes.
Team Williams, what did you put?
First one, Lightning Bolt, Usain Bolt. Second one, we put Peter Crouch doing the
Crouch
robot.
did the
Peter
robot.
Crouch.
Thank God they got that.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was incredible.
The last one, we were guessing, we thought it might be tennis like Djokovic does after he wins the tennis.
What does he
Is it Djokovic?
I need to be on my all fours, yeah. Djokovic.
Wow, we got it.
We got it. We got the lot. We got every time he wins Wimbledon.
Usain Bolt, Peter Crouch, and Djokovic.
We got the lot.
3 points, 1 point, 2 points. OK, let's take a look at what that's done to the scores. So I can tell you now, Katherine and Aisling have got 22, Noel and Richard have 27, in the lead with 33, Jonathan and David. Before we take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time, Johnny Peacock. Thanks for coming on. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of everything. Our next round is all about fashion and lifestyle. I don't follow fashion anymore. In fact, fashion has recently taken out a restraining order, which means I'm not allowed within 10 years of it. For me, comfort is far more important than fashion, which is why under this fancy suit, I'm wearing an old, well-worn bra and no knickers. It's a troubling image for everyone.
They're laughing because you said fancy suit.
I mean, coming from you, in a caftan made of cat's eyes.
This is a thing of beauty. Do you want to see the full thing?
Yeah, go on, show us the full thing.
Close your eyes.
OK.
I'll tell you when to open them.
I mean...
Open them, Jimmy.
Ah!
Thing of beauty, isn't it?
It's sometimes when the Ku Klux Klan want to have a bit of fun.
Wrong on so many levels. OK, for the first question, over to Master of Illusion, Darren Brown.
Darren Brown. Hi, Jimmy, Jim, James. This is Darren. I have predicted many things in my time, including the flippin' lottery. But even I sometimes need a second opinion, which is why I use my magic 8-ball. You ask it a question, you give it a shake, and it reveals to you any one of 20 different answers, such as most likely, don't count on it, and outlook good. Those are just 3 of the answers. But can your teams, and they are teams, name me 3, that's 3 more?
3? That's a lot.
He seems to doubt us.
I always worry when I see any footage of him that he's just emptied my bank account. Or, like, I feel like I may be in a trance now.
Can you draw a picture?
Don't draw a picture of a penis or something.
And next up, have a look at this news report from 1978. Why has this reporter been forced to divide up his shopping?
You can purchase an orange from a shop, but tinned oranges are illegal. An Easter egg is all right, but sausages certainly not. You can have biscuits, but not the cheese to go with it, according to Mr. Taylor. A chunky beef and kidney pie is all right, but certainly not lard.
When was that from?
That's 1978. OK, so why was that reporter forced to divvy up his shopping?
Oh, you think so? No, I don't know, maybe.
Next is over to our favourite Chelsea resident, Ollie Locke.
Hi, Jimmy. Now, as you know, it's a complete social faux pas to turn up to any event unsuitably dressed. Whether it be a cocktail reception or at the polo, I always stick to the dress code. And when I play tennis, I only wear white. Now, back in the 19th century, wearing white was seen as a symbol of your status. But there was another reason why tennis players started to adhere to the strict all-white dress code. Can you tell me why?
Got it.
OK.
Yeah, we got it.
All right, Jimmy. OK, next question. The first ever Pez dispenser was launched in 1948. They later became huge hits with collectors when the company added character heads like Mickey Mouse. But what was the mechanism originally designed to resemble and why?
Got it.
So Pez dispensers, what were they meant to look like initially and why?
Jimmy, I don't want to be unkind, but you look like a Pez dispenser.
OK, next question. The famous Valentine's Day poem first appeared in a collection of nursery rhymes published in 1783. All I want to know is, what was the original next line? The rose is red, the violet's blue.
I've got chlamydia, so have you.
OK, so, first up, Darren Brown asked you for some Magic 8-Ball answers. So what do you think of the options the Magic 8-Ball gave you?
We were looks unlikely, yes, never, no way, and one we can't read anymore. Tomorrow.
You can have 1 point for yes.
Is that...
Yes is one of them. Katherine, Aisling?
Definitely yes. Probably not. And
not even if you were on fire.
You can have 1 point for yes, definitely. Definitely yes, yeah, OK, 1 point there. And Noel, Richard?
Nap immediately. Worry, it's infected.
Well, I mean, you could have had any of these. You could have had concentrate and ask again, yes. Better not tell you now. Without a doubt, my sources say no. I asked you why the reporter had to divide up his shopping. What do you think?
We thought it was something like entering the common market or something. They were like...
It's a very good guess. It's not right, but it's very good.
OK.
OK, what do you get, Katherine, Aisling?
We thought he was sorting through acceptable and not acceptable nicknames for wives. Because it was like the 70s.
So lard is no, sausages, yeah.
Yeah. I've been called worse.
Easter eggs. Easter eggs, is that okay as a nickname?
Easter eggs is a sexy nickname.
Tin peaches?
That gets me going on a Friday.
Well, what did you put?
A gang hazing ritual.
It was not a gang hazing ritual. It was actually a confusion over the Sunday trading laws.
Oh.
Because you could only buy certain things on a Sunday. They repealed the laws in 1994 because they were crazy. OK, next we heard from Made in Chelsea's Ollie, who wanted to know why tennis players wear white. What do you think?
Because they are virgins and will be sacrificed.
Is it 'cause they're all racist?
No. Katherine, Aisling.
We also got the same right answer.
Virgins.
I play a lot of tennis, I'll have you know.
Yeah, virgin.
So there you go, point.
Do you wear white when you play?
Yes, because I'm a virgin. Oh, shit. OK, well, I can tell you the answer was it was to avoid unsightly sweat patches.
Oh.
They thought it was gross that people would sweat when doing physical exercise, so they wore white so it wouldn't show up as much. I asked you the reasoning behind the Pez dispenser's design. Why did it look like that?
We say it's a bullet cartridge.
Oh.
So again, you've got very good guesses in this round. Incorrect, but very good. What did you think it was, Richard?
Lionel Richie.
What did you, Katherine, Aisling?
We thought maybe it looked like one of those lighters because back then, kids were allowed to smoke and they were trying to wean them off with sugar.
That is exactly the right answer.
Oh, my God!
Take a look. It was originally designed to stop people from smoking. Yeah. All right, finally, I asked you to complete the Valentine's Day poem. The rose is red, the violet is blue. Noel Fielding.
Ghost.
Ghost toast.
Toast.
OK, Katherine, Aisling?
We put roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and you have diabetes. Type 2.
I mean, very good.
Yeah.
Jonathan, David?
The roses are red, the violets are blue. Do you take it up the flue?
Is the flue part of... Is that part of a chimney?
The flue is the business end of the chimney.
It's a bit you need to clean.
So what would that mean? Are you a chimney sweep?
Yeah.
Well, the answer was the rose is red, the violet's blue, the honey is sweet, and so are you.
Oh.
OK. At the end of that round, the scores are Katherine and Aisling have 24, Noel and Richard have 27, Jonathan and David in the lead with 34.
Thank you.
Join us after the break to confirm your suspicion that people off the telly are indeed much dumber than you. See you in a bit. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of everything. This next round is all about crime and scandal. The O.J. Simpson trial split public opinion, with some people saying he did it and some people saying he didn't do it. Well, one thing's for sure, he definitely did it. John Bobbitt's penis was cut off by his wife while he slept. Afterwards, John Bobbitt became a porn star. Well, not straight after. Straight after, he screamed for a week. OK, last set of questions. This is former NASA intern Thad Roberts. He hit the headlines for stealing moon rocks in 2002. He got 8 years in prison. Why did he do it?
Wow, who sold them and bought those shorts?
Who owns the moon?
I think it is Noel. I think that's probably...
I am the moon.
In 2007, Peter Addison was arrested after he broke in and graffitied a campsite in Stockport, earning him the title Britain's Dumbest Criminal. How was he caught?
Most people would break out of a campsite in Stockport, wouldn't they?
Write down your answers.
What was his name, Jimmy?
His name was Peter Addison. If you're watching, I'm sure you're a reformed character now, and you regret this terrible incident from your past. But it was fucking stupid.
Got it.
Which service, launched in 1937, was said by the London Evening News to be useful in urgent situations, such as if, for instance, the man in the flat next to yours is murdering his wife, or if you have seen a heavily masked cat burglar peering round the stack pipe of the local bank building.
Did cat burglars actually used to wear masks when they went walking around before time?
Heavily masked. OK, next it's over to Darcy Bustle, who's got a question for us. Darcy.
Now, just like the rest of us, I like a bit of gossip, and I was intrigued to learn about the biggest celebrity scandal of 1926. It involved over 1,000 police officers and made front-page news. It saw Arthur Conan Doyle visit a medium in a bid to help. Now, what do you think happened?
OK, so what was the big celebrity scandal of 1926? Has any of you got any ideas? Because I could give you a clue here.
Yeah, give us a clue.
It was, someone disappeared, and it was ironic that they had disappeared. It was a huge mystery.
Ironic that they disappeared.
Got it. Thanks, Jimmy.
And finally, time for another Say What You See. Take a look at this. Can you work out what famous controversy is being spelt out here?
OK.
Ow.
I'm good at these.
Oh.
Cash.
Cash.
Don't say it out loud.
Here we go.
Don't say them out loud, because that sort of gives it away. It's quite satisfying.
No.
Come on, Aisling.
Who is that?
We
got it, Jimmy.
Got it, mate.
Bang, double, fucking wow.
Give us the trophy now.
Blah, 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 blah,
We've
blah.
done it.
OK, everyone finished? Let's have some answers.
Yes.
OK, all right. I asked you what Thad Roberts did with the moon rocks he stole. What do you think?
He gave them to his girlfriend, who sold them on eBay.
And that's how he got caught.
OK, he gave something to his girlfriend. Catherine, Aisling?
We weren't sure. We thought maybe he tried to smoke them. Or maybe he tried to sell them to a different planet. And now I'm thinking maybe he, like, stoned a creationist.
OK. Noel, Richard, what did you think?
He hid them initially, then eBay.
OK, well, I can tell you, he laid them out on his bed and had sex with his girlfriend on them.
No. How did people find out he had sex on the rocks unless he told everybody?
I think he told everybody.
Well, I think you would tell everyone, wouldn't you?
I've done it on a moon rock. What a boast. Big deal.
Because effectively they had sex on the moon.
Yeah, they didn't have sex on them. They had sex on a moon rock, and it went up his arse.
Because that makes everything more fun. OK, no points to anyone there. I asked you how Peter Addison was caught after he graffitied a campsite building. David, you seem very confident.
He wrote his own name under the graffiti. He signed his own graffiti.
OK, what do you think, Catherine, Aisling?
We said Peter was here.
You got the right idea. And Noel, Richard?
He filmed himself and put it on YouTube.
Boom, Jimmy, boom!
He wrote the words, Peter Addison was here on the wall. He also wrote, British garden birds are gay. That's pretty good. OK, so, points, points, no points. I asked you what service launched in 1937 was said to be useful if the man in the flat next to yours is murdering his wife, or if you've seen a heavily masked cat burglar peering around the stack pipe of the local bank building. What did you put?
The police.
999.
They introduced the 999 service.
999 service.
999.
999. You got points all round for that. Points all round.
Yay.
OK. And next, Darcy Buttle asked you what was the biggest celebrity scandal of 1926. What did you get?
We got confused. We thought it might be the disappearance of Agatha Christie, but we think we're probably wrong on that.
What did you write, though?
Well, we wrote... I thought it might be some kind of hoax and
He
Conan
wrote
Doyle...
Sherlock Holmes goes missing, and I said Sherlock Holmes can't go missing because he doesn't exist.
OK, Catherine, Aisling, what did you get for this?
What we put down, he was trying to solve his own murder.
So you thought the answer was
He was
what
trying
I
to
said in
solve
the
his
question?
own murder. Yeah.
No! OK, Noel, Richard.
I thought it was something to do with the Cottingley Ferries, but actually I think you're right. I think Agatha Christie disappeared.
She did, but I don't know if it was then.
And I think that...
What are the fairies?
The Cottingley Ferries.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
Arthur Conan Doyle
Yes, I think
believed
you
in
might be
this?
right. That's because Arthur Conan Doyle did investigate. These little girls had pictures of fairies.
Well, you didn't write it down, so you don't get the points, but you were right. It was Agatha Christie's disappearance. OK, well, Jonathan, David, you get the points. Agatha Christie disappeared for 11 days, sparking a nationwide manhunt. OK, and finally, you sort of say what you see. What did you see? Catherine, Aisling?
We got man 3 on paddle scandal.
Man 3 on paddle scandal. OK.
That is not right, Jimmy.
Noel, Richard?
Cash 4. Switchfish baby doll. or question scandal.
Double or.
Scandal. Questions.
No. What did you get, Jonathan? David?
Cash for honours scandal.
It's the right answer.
Yes!
Points to Jonathan and David. OK, time now for the big question. Please welcome my very special guest, the London Philharmonic Choir, and their conductor, Neville Creed. That's right, we've classed things up a little bit. OK, thank you for joining us this evening.
Not at all.
Excellent. Now, you're going to be playing 4, I believe, R&B and rap classics.
Oh, lovely.
In your own style.
Yep.
All you need to do is write down the song and the artist.
Right.
4 songs. That's it.
Got it.
Yeah.
So the first song, let's hear the first song.
It's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday. We're gonna sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give up. It's not your birthday.
Okay, that was the first tune. Okay, so we need the artist and the song. Okay, next one. Hit it.
Come here, girl. Go ahead, be gone with it. Come to the back. Go ahead, be gone with it. VIP. Go ahead, be gone with it. Drinks on me. Go ahead, be gone what you're twerking with. Go ahead, be gone with it. Look at those hips. Go ahead, be gone with it. Make me smile. Don't have child. Go ahead, be gone with it. Get your sexy on. Get your sexy on.
So we'll need the artist and the song. Okay, third one. Hit it.
Your mother can trip for center of the ship, when he makes the trip, kiss him on the lips, that's the kind of dude I was looking for. And yes, you get slapped if you're looking for. And excuse me, you're a hell of a guy. I mean, my, you're like pelican fly. I mean, you're so shy, and I'm loving your tie. You're like slicker than a guy with a thing on his eye. Oh, yes, I did. Somebody please tell me who the F.I. is. I am only living on and let them dudes up, back hoops up and chuck the juice up.
I mean, you nailed that. Okay, final one.
Nobody's jumping with the bass and the lights are pumping. Wing to the horn, no faking. Bugging them, seats like a pound of bacon. Burning them, quick, never. When I hear a cymbal, I know when I sit down tempo, I'm on a roll. It's time to go solo.
Okay. Let's get our last lot of answers. Okay, so did you get them? Noel, Richard?
Yeah.
4 artists, 4 songs. What have you got?
50 Cent in the club.
100%, yeah. In the club.
Brown girl in the ring.
I mean, no.
No.
Something by Tony Monopoly. I didn't know which one. I knew it was Tony Monopoly.
We got the last
and
one.
The last one is Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice.
I do know that.
So you got 4 points there. Okay, Jonathan, David, what did you get?
We said 50 Cent. It's your birthday.
It's your birthday. That's what we call it.
Okay, so you get 1 point there.
Okay.
Missy Elliott.
Get your free
second one.
No, you're incorrect on both of those.
Then we thought it was something by Rihanna, Riri, but we didn't know what.
Ah, and then you thought.
And then we thought
Kanye West.
we didn't.
Oh,
we just
you got one. You got 1 point there. Aisling.
The foreign twerkers, we knew it. And great job, by the way, everyone.
Okay, so did you get them all?
Did we what? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
So what do you got?
50 Cent.
In the club.
Okay.
Justin Timberlake.
Sexy back.
Correct.
Nicki Minaj.
Super bass.
And Vanilla Ice.
Ice, baby.
8 points. A full house there. Yeah. Well done. Yes, what? That means the final scores are in last place, Noel Fielding and Richard Ayoade with 32. With a very creditable 34, Katherine Ryan and Aisling B. They got pretty close. But the winners of the big fat quiz of everything, Jonathan Ross and David Walliams. I will give you your ticket. You've earned that, gentlemen. A big thanks to our amazing panel, our wonderful choir, all our special guests, and thanks to you for watching. Good night.